What is happening, guys? Martin is back again. You know where we are, so let's get into it. So guys, I want to say a big thank you to all those people who have subscribed. All subscribers, new subscribers, thank you very much. And I hope you enjoy the channel. If this will save you some time, some money, please do not forget to like and subscribe. And let's get into it. So guys, anyway, for those that know or do not know, obviously Arsenal won the FA Cup today. So we're a little bit happier with that because the season's been pretty much atrocious. But at the same time, Arteta came in around December and changed things a little bit. So obviously, not a little bit, quite a bit actually. And therefore, you know, it's joyous times and it's very good for those that are interested in that. Anyway, without further ado, so 12 hours later. So this is 12 hours later on Warm and Black from Zara. This is one of the newest releases, and yes guys, as I mentioned in the first video, and I'm going to say it again, this is a mixture of how could I say, not a mixture, but it's inspired, however which way you want to look at it, from obviously Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, with you got Spice Bomb Extreme, and then also you could say borderline touching into Pure Havana, again with this tobacco note. For me guys, I'm gonna say again, the time obviously when I've done this review has been slightly more in the summertime. It's been a little bit difficult to really do a true review of this one, in my opinion, because this in my opinion is realistically a winter fragrance. It's not a fragrance that you could be really wearing in the summer. It's just too heavy. The tobacco note in there is really strong. Some people, again, even similar to the I put on 5, some people have said that this one did smell a little bit how could I say, chemically overly synthetic. Some people said it smelled pretty much like petrol, where you got an extreme going the other way, where there were some ladies who actually did like the fragrance. So it's one of those ones where it's definitely not going to be for everyone. I've not had the opportunity to sit down and check if they released I think it was Unexpected and Spicy, whatever it may have been called, from the tobacco collection, if it's the same juice. I suspect it is, but this one doesn't smell as, how could I say, this one smells slightly more balanced to me than that one from the tobacco collection. But at the same time, this one to me is very heavy. And again, if you do not like tobacco fragrances, you're really gonna have to give this one a miss. I personally, I think for the cost of it, just having a look now, $10.99 is not a bad pickup. It's not my first choice. Having smelt it now, given the, as I say, 12 hours later, beast mode on performance, you do get a lot of, how could I say, this vanilla and this tobacco note, but the tobacco is very heavy, I would say. It's, in my opinion, it's not an unpleasant tobacco, but not everybody likes that smell. And if you're not used to the tobacco smell, just be cautious on the trigger on this one. You could actually overpower, you know, those around you with the smell, because the projection actually is quite strong. You know, you're getting, in my opinion, like a good scent trail, very heavy sort of, say, tobacco, slightly sweet, but with the vanilla, and it says, I think it's got tonka bean in there. It says ginger, vanilla, and tonka bean. So tonka bean is there as well. So it could be in a way slightly overpowering. So it's not an office fragrance. You have to really wear this in the dead winter, I would say, guys, because this is a heavy beast mode fragrance, in my opinion. From when I say that, beast mode, in line with what Zara's released. A lot of these fragrances that we have from Zara don't seem to last longer than about, I don't know, maybe an hour, sometimes even 20 minutes before it comes to skin scent. For me, this is not a skin scent. I've sprayed it, but I even went too heavy on the trigger, didn't realize, and it even overpowered a little bit for me, and it actually put me off it slightly. So you do need to be careful in this one. Very light sprays, one, maybe the wrists, and that's enough. I don't think anything more would be necessary. If you spray this on your clothes, I think it's going to last a long time, put it that way. It's one of those fragrances that will probably last quite a while on your clothes, and if you're not a fan of it, you're going to overpower yourself with this scent. All in all, would I recommend to buy this one? It's a difficult one. It's very subjective, and I think for me, if I'm into tobacco fragrances, yes, I would buy it. If you're not into tobacco fragrances, it's not quite your thing, give it a smell, have a go, but maybe get one of the little decants if they do release decants in it. But realistically, guys, $10.99, I mean, even if you don't really like it, just give it to someone else. I mean, you're not really lost anything, have you? So 12 hours later, I think it's a good release for those that like specifically tobacco fragrances. It lasts a long time, beast mode projection, scent trail is there. You can see in the reaction videos as well, straight away it was sprayed and you could smell it. In my opinion, the best part of this fragrance is slightly more the dry down, because the tobacco starts to sort of mellow down a little bit, and you get slightly more of this vanilla note coming through. But don't get me wrong, the tobacco is still prominent, but compared to the opening, which is slightly not alcoholic, but it does appear synthetic, it does seem to calm down a little bit, and then you got left with this, as I say, this sort of vanilla tobacco sort of trail going on. So good fragrance, good release. 12 hours later, I'd recommend it, as I say, if you like these tobacco fragrances. But at the same time, if you don't, then this one probably will not be for you. I would just make sure that you, again, maybe get a tester first if you can, just to even leave it on your wrist literally for 5 hours and you probably still smell it. This one, again, lasted well into you know, 3, 4, 5 hours even, I would say, when I wore this one, and I've not necessarily sprayed that much yet, because again, the weather just makes it too much. So can't really do a real review on it because the weather's not correct, and you're not going to wear it in the dead of night really to try and check it out. So that's just how it goes. But all in all, good pickup, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. Have you tried this one out? What do you think? Is this a how could I say, a good vibe sort of fragrance? Where would you wear this one? You guys let me know. And also, guys, to say I do have another channel as well. Information is down below. That is about economics and personal finance. And if you're interested about finding about different things, Felicia was on there just the other day as well, and we talked about prenuptial agreements. So have a check out, guys, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Ciao.